Alright, sorry about that. A little bit of a cold. When I get a cold, it's usually like not a big deal. It's like I get a little bit of the sniffles, but I'm still able to do things. So it's just a little annoying. But anyway, I want to make a little brief video about what to do when you get rejected. Because I know a lot about getting rejected. And believe it or not, the holding frame, I was thinking about it. Like, what I'm mentioning is basically holding frame. I know what the PUAs say is pretty cringy and stupid. It's became a meme. But actually, it's true in this case, because you can have a lot of logic and reasoning on how to deal with certain things. And like wisdom based off of just having knowledge and comfortability of yourself. But it all gets thrown out the window once lust comes into play. So a key tip about someone who's experienced rejection and how to deal with if a girl doesn't really want your request, and the alternative is just being by yourself. Like, how it's not really that bad, and how is it not that bad? How do you make it not that bad? Well, I was thinking about it because there's this girl at a grocery store that I kind of like looking at. She's pretty cute. Now, I think about hollering at her and just getting her number. Just going out and trying it. Because, why not? I believe in myself. The worst thing that's going to happen, she says no. And who's going to tell me where I can and can't go, right? So, but I'm still, don't want to deal with what might happen from that. So even if I like someone, they might know it, I just still don't do it. What to do in that situation? Like, if you decide to actually shoot your shot, how do you deal with if she says no? And what's the approach you take before you do it? Well, my approach that I would take is, if you're going to go get her number, you should already expect her to say, I have a boyfriend, I'm not interested. Or even expect her to next time never see her again and she changes her hours because of, it's how you look, whatever, right? How to deal with that? Instead of if you're expecting that to happen, then how to maintain confidence and frame, holding frame, right? Maintaining confidence is to basically just realize, how does it feel to be by yourself? Are you able to enjoy your life, enjoy your own company are you basically able to enjoy your own company when you're chilling by yourself? Are you able to do things that bring you happiness and your life is okay? And having a girlfriend or a friend is a beneficial, is a good plus, but it's not something that you really need, and you're fine without it. And it's a welcomed thing to have if you do have it. What to do with that approach? What to do? Basically, if you have that mindset going in, then when you ask for the number and you expect that to happen, you're kind of you're not surprised, and you're not surprised, and it's not something that really, basically you're not surprised on that reaction. And you already enjoy being by yourself anyway, so it doesn't really affect you that much. But having that is what creates confidence and holding your frame, and is what holding your frame, right? And is what helps you just be more confident in the social interaction when you're talking to her, because you're not expecting it to go anywhere. you don't really think about it going anywhere, right? But then you find a girl that you're you know, sexually attracted to, and then we know as guys, when that happens, logic just goes out the window. Your brain just seems to freeze because, that's just male biology, man. Once lust comes into play, we're used to thinking with logic and reasoning and having rational conclusions. But then once you start getting your lustful emotions involved, then you just blind out and forget about, you know, what you're supposed to do and what you really think and know when you're not, and twerped and I call it sympnotizing, being hypnotized. Hypnotized basically means you're throwing your values out the window because you're entrapped by this girl's appearance and you're so lustful about her appearance that your normal reasoning goes out the window, and you're just not thinking straight. You're getting hypnotized. So really how to maintain frame and not get hypnotized is to have the reasoning of, what are you going to do if she doesn't want you? What are you going to do if you're just by yourself? What do you do to enjoy yourself, your own company? And I told you how I enjoy my own company. So having that approach to life in general, and when you talk to a girl, even if you do really want her, because even if you are enjoying life by yourself, I mean, look, I still get, lust coming every now and then when I see a girl that I really want, right? But then I think about it and I'm like, I have these values in place already, and I know how to enjoy my own company. So I gotta and I really do believe in this. I do believe how that I value how I look, right? How I maintain my appearance and how I dress, and also things I like to do by myself, and then the purpose of my life, which is, like I mentioned, my degree, and yeah, I kind of just don't need to rely on a girl anymore, but nonetheless I still have the lustful attraction. So what do I do to try to maintain what I'm gonna do in the social interaction, since I haven't done it yet? That's how I would approach it. Just basically hold frame. Hold frame. It's so stupid, but I actually finally understand what hold frame means. Yeah, just hold frame. Know what your approach to being alone versus having a girl would be, right? That you don't really need it, but it's just a good additional thing to have. And have that belief in yourself, when it comes to how you look, the things you like to do by yourself already in place. Then it's kind of like, doesn't really mean much to you, but rather a good addition if you do get her. And if you don't get her, then you just go back to where you were before. And where you were before is just, enjoying things by yourself and valuing yourself already. And make sure not to get hypnotized, because if you get hypnotized, then if you go into the lustful emotions and let that drive your thinking, that could be dangerous, because it can make you lose all the logic that you already had in place before you decide to do anything or even meet the girl. So yeah, anyway, I thought about giving that knowledge about what to do when approaching rejection, and something that, whether or not that I actually go out and ask this girl that I think is cute from a grocery store, I might do it, I might never do it. Because I don't want the drama in my life. I don't want to deal with it. I just want to kind of be in my own little cocoon. I did the approaches already in my early 20s. I did go out in real life. I did like 30 of them. I have approached girls behind a cash register before. One of them, it was when I was 20, right? I tried to find a way to talk to her and try to let her know that I'm interested. And then I actually wrote on the receipt my number. She ran. She ran to the fucking back. You know what I mean? And, I've gotten older. My mindset, not to mention my looks, have grown into my face since then. But I think, I'm the same since then. Nothing's changed. I'm not gonna try that again. I'm never gonna do that again. And that was like 6 years ago. So, yeah, I had experience trying to holler at a girl, and that's why I'm kind of like, I might never do it. But if I do have the approach of doing it, that's the one I'm gonna take. And I use it on myself that I know I will get hypnotized, but to try to hold on to my already present beliefs that I have in place before I do the interaction. So I already have some set values that I have to not let me get tempted into lust, which will not end well, because then, I'll be distraught over rejection. And that's not the approach you want to take when it comes to rejection. You just want to play it in stride and not really care about it too much. And, instead of coming from a perspective of getting a lot of girls, I want to come from a perspective of a guy who doesn't get a lot of girls, and how I deal with it and how I'm able to find peace in myself. Because that's something I think most guys deal with. Most guys aren't the ones that are, not having trouble with women. That's not my motto. Those aren't type of people I'm around. Those aren't type of people I relate to, And I want to make videos for people to relate to them. And I want to make shit that real people that I feel are the good amount of guys that go through it can relate to. Because, a lot of guys don't really know how to approach rejection, how to deal with not having a girlfriend. How do you not have a girlfriend, not wanting to have a girlfriend, not wanting to have friends if you never got in? I mean, I've got in a little bit, but not really with girls. I've had friends, of course, and now I don't really have them, not really in my life like that. And how do you deal with just not having experiences? How do you come at peace with that? And if you do decide to approach, how do you view rejection? How do you view, how do you view getting rejected? How do you not really care? Well, these videos would be for you, because I have a lot to share about that. And I don't know if I really dived into this perspective in my last video, but in this video, I think I've really made sure to set that point home, because I know someone's going to be able to understand it. So, yeah, this was longer than I thought. I thought it was going to be brief, but my videos always end up being like, oh, that's a Lincoln Continental. I don't see many of those. Yeah, my videos always end up being like 15 minutes long. But that's because when I talk, it's kind of harder on a camera, and try to put them in words while looking at my stage while I'm doing it at the same time is, not as easy as when I'm just brainstorming, talking to myself. So it always ends up being longer than I expect. So Maybe it needed to be, but as long as I drive the point home, that's what you want to hear. So, appreciate this video, and I appreciate giving my perspective. I hope it was insightful, and I hope you know, when you do decide to approach a girl, hold frame, and this is what holding frame means. I don't give a fuck about, the PUA holding frame. No problems getting women. You know about that on this channel. We ain't on that. We got problems with women. Do we care? We don't have to. All right. So, peace out. Enjoy the scenery. You know, yeah, you've been seeing the scenery for a while now. I'll be moving soon, in the near future. So I'll have some financial help, of course. By the time I'm 30, I hope to, support myself when it comes to just getting, a car, being in a house I paid for. So that's, kind of my goals in life in general. And by 35 to 40, I'll expect to be pretty loaded, In terms of girls and friends, I think I should, start to open up a little bit, just one by people I feel like are good to have in my life. That could be a good addition. But I'm doing it little by little. I don't want to totally discount that. You know what I mean? Because having a friend is beneficial. It's good for you, especially when that friend is similar to you. You know what I mean? It's really more beneficial to have people who are similar to you. Even if you don't fully connect with them like you do by yourself, it's still better to have someone there sometimes, So, yeah, that's how I'm viewing life, and I basically spent the last few minutes of this video giving a perspective of what I expect my life to be. I don't fear turning 30. I take care of myself. You know what I mean? As long as you do the right things. Honestly, 30 is not that old. It's not really old at all. 27 is not old. I'm almost 27. I'm not old. So yeah. Maybe I'll keep making more videos. I don't know. It just depends on what perspective I haven't already shared that I could share. Since I did some life work. Or I'm doing life work rather. So yeah. And I know I'm using it as an excuse to look at myself, but whatever. Bye.